Jessica? Jessica, I need you to answer right now. Please, Jessica! Come on, answer already.
Oh, it's you. Do you need something?
Hey, you don't have to be obviously salty like that.
I mean, I am salty towards you, so... What do you want? I don't have time for this.
About the reunion that we just left earlier. You were talking with Steven the whole time, weren't you?
Huh? Steven?
I mean, I guess you look a bit better than you used to back in high school, but I really don't think you've become enough of a lady to have a guy like him even give a look at you. You really shouldn't get ahead of yourself, you know? Go look in the mirror first.
I don't have any intentions towards Steven. If anything, I was creeped out of the way he was just following me around the whole time during the reunion.
What did you just say? There's no way that's true. Look, Jessica. Steven was the best looking guy in our whole grade back in high school. Now he's grown up even more. Even more! And he's also the son of a CEO at a really famous company. Everyone wants him. A musty, crusty introvert like you is literally no match for his elite, handsome, untouchable self.
I really don't care what you think, Sarah. But I have no feelings whatsoever towards Steven.
Whoa, you're scaring me. You're trying to make me lower my guard by saying the exact opposite of the truth, aren't you? Of course, I get that you wouldn't want to just let go of the chance of getting close to him. Even though all of that is just in your mind.
I really have no feelings for him.
Whatever. I see through that big head of yours. Everything.
You know what? Actually, I'm already married. So I'm not interested in Steven.
What? You're joking. Are you imagining things? Do you really believe that you're married with him already?
What?
Wow, I guess you're either hypnotized or crazy or something. You terrify me, Jessica.
Wait, no.
How scary.
No, that's not what I meant.
I'll be sure to tell Steven to watch out for this stalker weirdo lady who believes that she's married to him.
You know what? Whatever. Do what you want. There's no point in talking to you.
Hey, Jess. It's been a while since the class reunion. I have a very important announcement to make to you.
Sarah? Yeah.
Oh, come on. Give me a better reaction.
I get tired just by texting you.
You're so funny. Whatever. Oh, yeah. You really surprised me.
What?
I didn't know you two were actually dating. You and Steven.
What?
I told Steven about the stalker thing, and then he told me that you two secretly started dating after the class reunion. I was in utter shock. My mouth was wide open for a good 30 seconds.
I never said it was Steven that I was dating when we were texting each other after the reunion. Me and him have never been like that. Ever.
Oh, you don't need to give me lies like that.
What do you mean, lies? As I told you before, I'm already married.
Good for you! It means you love him so much that you're imagining marrying him. That's adorable.
My husband isn't Steven!
Just like last time, you're trying to lower my guard by saying the exact opposite of the truth, aren't you? I can't believe you're using the exact same move as last time, even though it didn't work. You're so dumb.
I've been telling the truth.
Whatever, that wasn't why I texted you anyways. I wanted to surprise you big time for something. It might be a bit of an unpleasant surprise for you, though.
What is it?
Haven't you been getting ignored by Steven lately?
What? I guess. He was annoying me forever, but it stopped about 2 months ago.
What do you mean, annoying? You don't have to try and act like he was completely into you or something.
How did that sentence get processed in your mind like that?
Have you not realized that you've been dumped by Steven?
What?
I mean, 2 months ago is just the same timing.
What are you talking about?
I'm getting married with Steven.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he and I became romantic with each other about exactly 2 months ago. I told him that I'd date him if he quit texting you, and he really did that for me. So I decided to go with it, and now he proposed to me. OMG, I am too loved for my own good.
Good for you.
Tell me how you feel right now, Sarah. Don't you feel defeated? Don't worry, I know you do, loser.
There's not a single reason for me to feel defeated about this.
Whatever, you and I are too different from head to toe.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm pretty and have good proportions and outgoing, so of course all the guys want me. I can marry whoever I want, whenever I want, even if I didn't even love the guy. This hasn't changed since we were in high school. On the other hand, you're the type who lives in the shadows. No one even glimpses at you. And now you're even imagining things, which makes you even less attractive through the eyes of any guy. Therefore, no matter what happens, you and I will never be on the same level, and I will always be light years ahead of you in everything. I'm the rabbit, and you're the turtle. Good game. This was all too easy. You're boring me to death.
Yeah, I get it. Good for you.
Oh no, I'm going to be late. Steven and I will be getting officially engaged right now. Well then, that's that. Don't ever stalk Steven again, you weirdo.
I wouldn't want to, even if you made me.
Jessica? Hey, I need you to pick up. Hey, please pick up.
What?
Did you know about this?
About what?
Explain this to me right now.
Explain what you need me to explain!
Obviously about Steven.
Steven?
About his father's business going out of business 3 years ago?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
So you did know.
Yeah, my friend used to work there, so I heard through them. To be accurate, I heard it was more like Steven was the one who made his dad's company go out of business.
What? Why?
Apparently, he started a new business plan without any of his dad's permission, and spent a ton of the company's money to make it happen, but it ended up being a big failure. They had too much debt that they couldn't handle, and they went out of business. Ever since then, his dad got addicted to gambling, and their debts grew larger and larger. And his mom got a new boyfriend and disappeared.
What? I knew his parents got divorced, but I didn't know his father was in that kind of state as well.
Apparently so.
What do you mean, apparently so? How could you just watch me get myself into this? Were you trying to get back at me for taking Steven away from you or something?
As I've said countless times before in all our previous conversations, me and Steven were not dating! How many times do I need to tell you?
But you two were practically glued together at the reunion. And you even went home together after that. If you're together that much, then you're basically dating.
As I've said, he was just following me around.
What?
He followed me over to my house, and I had trouble running away from him at the end. Even after the reunion, a rumor about me and him were dating had gone around. And he got my phone number from someone else. And kept texting me every single day, and it was so annoying! But he quit about 2 months ago, and I was finally free from his curse.
Is that really what happened?
How can you still not believe me?
I mean, why would a guy like Steven become obsessed with a crusty girl like you?
Another friend told me about this, but apparently he was after the wealth of my family.
What? Isn't your house just a normal one? Your dad's an office worker, right?
Yes, up until high school. After that, he became the CEO of the company he was working at.
The CEO?
Apparently, my dad was very close to the previous CEO, so he was nominated and chosen to become the second CEO of his company. And apparently, Stephen found out about this whole thing and thought that if he married the daughter of the CEO of the big company, then maybe he would be able to pay back all of his debts.
Debts?
I just said his dad's company went out of business and now they have a bunch of debt. You're his wife. Have you not heard any of this?
I indeed have not. The only reason I married him was because I thought he'd be the next CEO of his father's company. And barely now, I'm finding out he's broke and has debt. He tricked me.
What about you, Sarah? Didn't you hide some things from Stephen in order to make the marriage happen?
What?
A while after we had the class reunion, I heard that you were caught cheating with a married man and were sued by his wife to pay her condolences. I heard that you were in debt of $50,000 because of that, aren't you?
Well...
You're being demanded a higher number than usual because you kept bothering the wife while you took part in the cheating. Judging from the story, didn't you marry into Stephen's house so you could pay off your debts? I mean, you failed miserably, obviously.
How on earth do you know that story to so much detail?
The wife of the man you had a relationship with. She's my husband's cousin.
What?
It's a small world, isn't it?
You've gotta be joking me. Wait a minute. Did you just say husband?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said.
You're married?
Like everything else, I've told this to you many times.
Wasn't that just you imagining things because you were so madly in love with Stephen?
That was just you letting your mind wander off into Fantasyland.
Did you just say Fantasyland? As if to imply that I am the one who's insane?
I mean, it's true.
How dare you?
I just spoke the truth about everything. And you bent the facts and shaped them so you could believe in some fantasy. Even the situation you're in with Stephen right now. Couldn't you have avoided it if you just had listened to me? You really shouldn't listen to people speaking while imagining what you'd want them to say.
Hey.
What? Can you please lend me money? Why on earth would I lend you money?
You're the daughter of a CEO right now. Can't he pay for any of your expenses? I'm sure he'll understand if you explain that a really good friend of yours is in a very dire situation that would decide how the rest of her life goes.
You really don't get anything about this world, do you?
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm related to the victim of your cheating scandal right now. Why would I help the person who destroyed the family of my relative?
How could you? Your friend is in dire need right now.
Since when were you my friend, Sarah?
How could you?
You should search that phrase up on Google sometime soon, and then look at yourself in the mirror. There was one last question that was left in my mind. Why did Stephen, who was trying to marry me for my dad's money, end up marrying Sarah, a girl with her own debts? It turns out that Sarah always lathered herself in brand clothing, so simple-minded Stephen thought she was actually rich. But in reality, Sarah was just a broke, unemployed girl with debt. These were the lines that the two spat at each other while finding out about each other's debts. I married you because I thought you had money. Apparently, they haven't gotten a divorce yet. But they've been working from day in to day out without any time to even dress nicely. And now neither of them have any of the looks or attractiveness they used to have when they were young.
Hey, Fatso. You there? Hello? I'm sorry, I was busy with work. And I thought I told you not to call me that. Busy with what? Gaining weight? Lol. You're overstepping your boundaries now. Kindly refrain yourself from saying whatever nonsense comes to your mind. Don't tell me what I can or cannot do. Especially when you're the one who's incompetent of doing anything. Like getting a job. That's not true. Like I said, I'm working. What do you think I meant by that? You're probably just lying around and stuffing snacks in your mouth. Can you stop saying such things? I don't like it when you make fun of me. Then why don't you try to be useful for a change? Maybe that'll fix our relationship. But I am trying. I help you around the house whenever I can. I appreciate you making dishes for us. I even buy you presents whenever I'm out. And I put in a good word for you whenever we have guests. Don't take this the wrong way, but I think you're the one who has to fix her attitude. There you go again with your complaints. You love having people pamper you. I'm sorry to say this, honey, but that's not how the world works. That's not what I meant. Anyway, I texted you for a favor. It's about my son. What is it? I don't want you around him anymore. What? You heard me. Stay away from my son. I'm his wife, so that's literally impossible. Why do you want us to separate anyway? I was told you supported Steve's decision on whom he wanted to marry. That's before I found out he chose such an incompetent fatso like you. You two are completely different. My son is a smart, handsome young man with a secure future. He can't be seen with an uneducated hippo like you. That was uncalled for. Seriously, do you have no remorse for what you're saying to me? Not to mention that attitude of yours. Honestly, I don't know what he sees in you. All you're good for is drying up his savings. Excuse me? You're always out shopping and whatnot. Where do you even get the money from? You don't have a job, so you must be taking money from him, right? If you keep this up, he'd end up in debt. Don't worry, I'm not taking his money. It's my own. Yeah, right. Do you expect me to believe that lie? You don't even have a job. I'm not lying. I'm making good money on my own. Couldn't you have found yourself some other rich boy you could rip money out of? Why did it have to be my Steve? Let me guess. No one else wanted to spend even a penny on you. Am I right? Steve probably took pity on you, and you probably misinterpreted his kindness and decided to steal his money for the rest of your life. What? No, you can't just make up assumptions about me like that. I'm not with him for his money. I married him for him and him alone. Steve is a great guy and an even better husband. He's my everything, and I love him so much. Until his bank dries up, I'm sure. And after that, you'd leave him in a heartbeat. Do me a favor, will you? Just end things with him already. I'll find him a better wife. Someone worthy of his time. Someone I can proudly call my daughter-in-law. This is ridiculous. I'm ending things with him. I love him too much. Don't be so stubborn, Mia. You know yourself that you're not good enough for him. Quit trying to talk your way out of this. Just hurry up and divorce him, and then move out of the house. Nothing much to it. For the last time, no, I'm not going to divorce him. But as far as moving out of the house goes, you don't have to worry about that. Steve and I are planning to move out next month. You'll have this place all to yourself. Wait, what? Steve didn't say anything about moving out, you bitch. You're trying to steal my son from me. You're the bitch. Ever since I moved in here, you've tried to make my life miserable. You keep looking down on me, call me names, and mock me. This is no way to treat a human being. So I looked up and found a nice apartment we can live in. You wouldn't have to deal with me any longer. Are you happy now? I don't believe this. You really are trying to take him away from me. Mark my words, Mia. You will regret this. I'll make you pay.
Hey, where are you?
At the library. What about you?
Home.
Really? That's weird. You usually come back late. I guess then I should come back home as well. The faster I get home, the faster I can prep dinner for you.
No need. Mom already gave me dinner. Speaking of, she seemed pretty upset today. Did something happen between you two?
It's nothing really. Just the same old arguments. It looks like your mom still hasn't accepted me.
Mom told me you've been gone the whole day today. Is that true?
I wasn't gone that long. And besides, I only come here occasionally.
Listen. I've been thinking and this isn't working. We should just get a divorce. You understand, don't you?
What? No, I don't understand. Why are you suddenly asking for a divorce?
Because I don't love you anymore.
What do you mean? Last night you said that I was the light of your life.
That was before I heard what happened.
Why? What happened? This is way too sudden. Hang on, let me get back. We'll talk about this face to face when I get home, okay?
No, it's not okay. I've made my decision, so now it's final.
But why? As your wife, I deserve to know at least this much.
Because you're useless. You don't help around the house. You don't care for my mom. Hell, you don't even take care of yourself. Just look how much weight you've gained. You were this big when I married you.
I'm trying my best to help your mother around the house, and you know it. I do the dishes, clean the kitchen, vacuum the house, volunteer to go shopping when no one else wants to. And yet, I still have to listen to her complain about me all day. I'm finding it difficult to manage my time and energy with all the household work and my personal work and everything.
Yeah, right. Next you're gonna complain that I'm a bad husband.
What's wrong with you? Why do you suddenly want a divorce? What happened?
You, Mia, you happened. I can't believe you treat my mother this way. Mom told me that you called her a bitch. Is that true?
She called me a bitch first.
That's no excuse to disrespect your elders like that.
Fine, I admit I shouldn't have said that. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I'll apologize to her personally when I come home. But don't you think it's a little extreme? You divorcing me over this?
It really affected her. She's been so sad the whole day. What's worse is that when I asked you what happened, you said it's nothing. Are you that heartless?
You're making a big deal out of nothing. The last time I talked to your mom, she seemed fine. She was her usual criticizing self. She definitely said way more hurtful things to me.
It's not just that. I've been noticing the way you behave around her. You're always complaining that she dislikes you, that she calls you names, etc. I understand that my mother can be a handful at times, but all you do is to complain about it. Besides that, you're almost never home. Even now, you left to be in a library while my mother is here, all sad and alone. I can't have a selfish wife. You're supposed to take care of her when I'm not around.
Selfish? Your mother has been breathing down my neck ever since we got married. She keeps insulting me and keeps arguing with me on everything. But you never take my side. You kept telling me that I shouldn't react to what she says. So, I come to the library to ease my mind. You didn't mind when I asked you to head to the library every now and then. So why is it a problem now?
Because I feel you're always there. You're never home.
How would you know? You're always at work.
Mom told me.
I see. And was it your mom who suggested you get divorced?
Yes, we've been talking about it for a few days now. I don't appreciate how you talk back to her, not to mention the tone you use with her. I've lectured you about this before, haven't I? But you just don't listen. If you can't change your attitude, then I don't think we can be together anymore. It's that simple.
Are you even listening to me? I'm your wife. Why don't you ever hear my side of the story for a change? You always pick your mom over me.
What did you expect? She's my mom. I can't say no to her.
So, what she says becomes absolute. Is that it? Have you ever even seen how your mom treats me?
That's enough. I won't let someone talk to my mother like that.
What about me? I've been working my butt off to provide for the family. On top of that, I'm helping your mother with the housework. I try to spend as much time with her as I possibly can. I've even tried to ignore her comments. But sometimes they really get to me, you know? At first, I was able to tolerate it, because I knew I had your support. But these days, it's like you're a completely different person. Why are you acting so differently? That's not who I married. My Steve is kind and loving. He's thoughtful and fulfills all his duties as a husband and looks out for his wife. I don't understand why you're being so cruel.
Cruel, huh? Just because I have been giving you your usual allowance, I'm cruel? If that's how you feel about me, then fine. Let's just get a divorce and end things here.
As if I need your allowance. I make enough money on my own. What I need from you is a partner that has my back.
Make enough money? Doing what? Writing articles? Yeah, right. Just because you got a little lucky with your freelancing career doesn't mean it'll last long, lol. I reckon it'll only take you a month or so to start losing clients. It's all downhill from there. After that, you'll come crawling back to me for your allowance, lol.
Okay. Rude. And who are you to tell me I'll fail? A good husband should support his wife. And what is it with you and your mother looking down on me all the time? I'll have you know that my clients are very loyal to me. More than you've ever been. But as far as the divorce go, then fine. Let's get divorced.
Wait, really?
I can't live in a household where all its members look down on me. If you can't treat me right, then you are in no position to call yourself a worthy husband.
Uh-huh. Anyways, do you think you can move out till the end of the month? I want to start my new month fresh, lol.
Don't worry. I'll leave. Mia? Are you there? Why are you contacting me? What do you want? Just wanted to let you know that Steve found someone. She's so much prettier than you, and smart, and wealthy, and so overall perfect. And the best part of all, they're engaged. The wedding is in 2 weeks' time. Okay. But why are you telling me this? It's not like you're inviting me, is it? Of course not. Then why are you contacting me? Because you owe us money. I owe you what? I invoiced you the details. You have till the end of this week to pay up. What makes you think I'm paying you anything? We finalized everything at the time of our divorce. So I know for a fact that I have nothing left to give to you people. No, this is a special case that doesn't need to involve the government or any sort of paperwork. So it's not legit? In that case, I will definitely not give you even a single penny. But you owe us. When you were married to Steve, you practically lived off his earning. So it's only fair that you return the money you so casually used up. Lol, what? By my calculation, that makes it around $4,000 to $5,000, give or take. Again, I won't give you any money. Oh, come on. I'm sure you've hooked up with a rich boyfriend by now, right? Huh, I guess old habits die hard. Oh, would you shut up already, Karen? You're giving me a headache. Where are your manners? Don't call me by name. I'll call you whatever I want. Then, only reason I didn't do that before was because I was married to your son. I didn't want him to feel bad or think that I'm disrespecting his family. Since we're not together anymore, I don't really care. And frankly speaking, your name suits you, Karen. That's probably the only thing your parents did right with you. Oh. How rude, you ungrateful brat. Look, I don't want any drama. Just return us the money you owe us. If you can't pay the amount, ask your boyfriend to do it. I don't have a boyfriend. Really? So you finally got what you deserved, huh? Karma is real. Lol. I assume that means you're homeless then, correct? Lol. You must really wish Steve hadn't had dumped you, huh? Quite the opposite, actually. Look at you trying to act so tough. It's laughable. Especially when you're so weak and pathetic. First off, the only weak and pathetic is you. You're the whole reason Steve and I separated. You would constantly tell him about how I treat you while conveniently leaving out the things you did to me. In time, he grew tired of your yammering and decided to end it with me. No, but seriously, getting divorced was the best thing to ever happen to me. Now that I wasn't bound to take care of anyone else but myself, nor did I have to deal with toxic someone, I was able to finally focus on my work. Recently, things have been going great. I'm making much more than I've ever made before. I can pay my bills with ease. What? You mean you're not struggling? Not at all. Then I'm sure you can pay up all the money that was wasted on you, right? What makes you think any money was wasted on me? He used to give me some allowance, yes. But he cut it short to the point I couldn't even buy monthly groceries out of it within the first few months of our marriage. Every time I asked him to give me more, he would get angry with me. So I developed some skills and began working really hard. And with the grace of God, everything turned out great. I was able to pay for groceries, the bills, your meds, and my personal shopping from my own money. Steve and I never wanted to tell you this because we didn't want you to think any less of your son. But really, the house was only functioning because of my money. So you really don't have the right to ask me for money. If anything, I should be the one demanding money from you. Lol. Think of it as my generosity that I'm letting you off the hook. What? No, I don't believe this. You're lying. Believe me or not, it's the truth. I have no reason to lie. Go ask Steve if you don't believe me.
Mia, it's an emergency, please. I need you to lend me some money. It's urgent.
I'm not helping you pay for your wedding.
How did you know? I didn't say what it was for.
Your mother contacted me earlier. I turned her down.
Look, I'm sorry that I divorced you, okay? I know you probably still have feelings for me, and I understand that. but there just wasn't a future for us, you know?
Well, okay, Mr. Delusional, are you done? I have other important matters to attend.
I get that you're jealous of my fiancé, but it's okay. The least you could do is see me happy, right? This is your chance.
If this is some messed up way of apologizing, then I'm afraid you're a little late.
Please, just listen to me, okay? I never wanted to divorce you. Mom made me. What was I supposed to do? Oppose her? I was young and stupid. I didn't know what to do. It was all her scheming. She wanted us to be divorced so she could set me up with other rich women.
Oh, please. It's bad enough you never let me tell your mother how much you really earned. Do you know how much nonsense I had to endure for you? Things like how I'm an incompetent wife and a gold digger, when the truth is that the house is only functioning under my income.
I know. I didn't realize how much you were contributing. Now it is hard to manage the expenses without your help. I'm sorry, I didn't know what I was thinking, but I really need your help right now. My mom didn't know my salary. She told my fiancé that I make 6 figures a year. Now everyone's expecting me to throw this lavish wedding, but I don't have the money for it. I'm already in debt.
Then just tell them the truth. If she chooses to still marry you, you'll be a lucky man, lol. Having wives who earn more than you to sustain the house. But please, don't blow it with her too.
The wedding is in 2 weeks. If I tell her I'm not what I introduced myself as, she won't marry me.
Don't you think she'll find out sooner or later? If not now, then maybe after you guys get married? She might even file for divorce, or sue you for that matter.
Yes, but by that time, we'll already be married. Which means, at the time of the divorce, I still get to keep half of the assets.
You're a real scumbag. They say women are gold diggers. Clearly, they haven't met you.
Please, I'll do anything. Just help me with this wedding. I'm begging you.
You got yourself into this mess, so you fix it. Quit bothering me. I'm gonna block your number now.
Wait, please. Hello? Are you still there? Hello?
Mia's career really started to kick off. She even had to hire a few more employees to keep up with all the orders. She hasn't started dating anyone yet, but she plans to do it soon enough. This time, she'll be looking for someone far more trustworthy and loyal than Steve could ever be. As for Steve, he had to sell his house to pay for the wedding, but that still wasn't enough. When his fiancée found out he wasn't as wealthy as he said he was, she dumped him immediately. Not only that, but she also sued him for fraud. Now that he's homeless and in a lot of debt, both him and his mother have to work several part-time jobs to get food on the table. It's a wonder how they'll survive, especially with winter just around the corner.